What's up, you guys? Luke here from LMU HD, and today we're going over something really special, my TV. It is the KU6290 55-inch 4K Samsung TV. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so right off the bat, one of the main things that really struck me about this TV is A, its affordability, B, its performance, and C, the manufacturer. One of the main things I look for in a TV when I go to buy is the reliability of the manufacturer and the things that the TV can offer me for the price. Now, 4K TVs are going to be expensive, and I understand not everyone can afford them, but if you are in the market and looking for a 4K TV, I highly suggest one of the Samsung 4K TVs, and I have a few reasons why. First off, Samsung is well known for its production of screens and TVs from all spectrums, sizes large to small. They are just reliable all around. I know they make some crappy TVs, but those are in the smaller 28 inches, and when it gets into monitors, it's a different story. But as far as TVs go, this is where we're going to stay just for this video because we're dealing with a 55-inch 4K TV. This comes in at around $800 to $900 US, and I know it's a lot, but if you are investing in a 4K TV, I do believe this is the one to go with. It's got a quad-core processor in order to handle all the 4K streaming at 60 Hz if you are able to do so. As far as technology is going these days with the Xbox One S, soon to be Xbox Project Scorpio, which can game in 4K, and the new PS Pro, and Netflix pretty much putting out almost everything in 4K now, and the rise of gigabit internet through AT&T and Google, you're probably going to want to get a 4K TV at some point in the next few years. So let me introduce you to the 55-inch Samsung TV that I got at a good deal for Black Friday. We got it for about $700 at the time, which was a steal. Right now on Amazon it's marked down a little bit, or you can get it refurbished for even cheaper than that, but it is around $800 to $900 right now, and I'll leave a link in the description down below as well if y'all want to go check that out. And also don't forget to hit subscribe. Anyways, one of the main things that I really like about this TV is the clear motion rate, or the refresh rate that this TV has. It is said to have a 120 Hz refresh rate, which is actually Samsung's way of saying that they fill in frames to make it seem even faster, when it effectively only has 60 refresh rates, or 60 Hz refresh rate, which is what it's going to receive from your monitor. So if you're playing a 60 FPS video, or you're gaming in 60 FPS, whatever it is, it should be able to handle it. I'm not exactly sure on how the latency works if you're using a desktop with this as your monitor, which I think would be legit, but because it's a TV, it's not meant to have, 10 to 2 millisecond response times. One of the great things about this TV is the color reproduction. It is an HDR ready TV, and I can tell you from hands-on experience with my Xbox One that it can play HDR ready movies. I have Deadpool in 4K with HDR, and it is so different to see the skin, the pimples, the hair, everything's so crisp and clean. Also, I went ahead and I changed the resolution. I hooked up my laptop and I had it in 1080p settings, so you could kind of see close up what it looks like when your display is in 1080p. Then I changed it to 4K, and I could almost not distinguish the pixel density because it was just so fine and crisp. And if you didn't already know, 4K is about 4 times the resolution of regular HD or Blu-ray quality, which is 1080p, and it's pretty much like sticking 4 1080p panels together and making one massively detailed screen. Right now I'm paying for 45 megabits down and 5 megabits up with AT&T, and you can still stream 4K on YouTube on this TV, no problem whatsoever. Occasionally it does buffer a little bit, but that's because you're streaming from your phone. If you go on to the Xbox One S, it can play 4K as well, which it's supposed to because it's HDR streaming ready, but occasionally the Xbox is what's going to give you the trouble, not the TV. If you just hook the TV up to the Wi-Fi and use your phone to play videos on it, the TV can actually handle the 4K much better than the Xbox for some reason. So hopefully when the Xbox One S comes out for Project Scorpio, it should be able to handle that a lot better, and they'll have fixed all the quirks and kinks out for that as well. One of the great things about this interface, and I realized, is that the remote they give you with the TVs, because it's a smart TV and it's a smart remote, it actually can interwork with the Xbox. If the Xbox One is selected as the main source, you can actually control the Xbox with the remote. Anything you do on it, pretty much, you can type in a search result on YouTube or Netflix, you can turn and open an app, you can open a game, you can pretty much do anything you want with the Xbox except for play the games with it. But you can just still use it if you lost your remote for the Xbox temporarily and you need to go select Netflix or YouTube and you don't have that connected to the smart TV already, and you use the Xbox for that, you're still able to use the Samsung TV remote for that instead of your Xbox controller. One of the great things about the software also, and one of the quirks actually that I found when I was trying to do this video, was that the receiver for my LED lights has a similar signal, the IR, from it, so it actually was changing the LEDs as I was searching and moving up and down and going back and forth. And it only stuck between 1 or 2 different color spectrums, but I thought it was pretty interesting to throw out there just in case you do have LED lighting and you are using this remote. I would hide the receiver in a different spot for those LEDs unless you're okay with the LEDs changing occasionally. Just a little quirk. Setting up the clear motion rate is very easy. You just go into the settings and you go to the video settings and then advanced video settings, and everything is right there for you. Color scaling, white balance, contrast, RGB lighting, HDR, all that stuff's super easy and simple to go to. When you buy the TV at Best Buy, they're going to recommend that you have someone go and pre-set up your TV for you. Obviously, you guys who know what you're doing, you know that's kind of a gimmick, you don't need to do that. But for those people who are worried, do I need that? You don't at all. Just go to your settings, go in there. Obviously, you're going to be messing with the video, so you just go in there and then all the settings are right there, up and down, left and right. It's not very hidden, it's not very hard, and it's very easy to get to. Overall, bang for buck, definitely worth it. I think I've looked for a very long time for the right 4K TV, the right size, the fit in the entertainment center, and Samsung, I just can't go wrong with Samsung. I've had TVs from them before, I've got their phones, and they're just the most reliable brand I've had before. When you get Vizios in the same size, they've had a lot of issues with the remotes not working. You don't get the right kind of remote. You don't even get a remote, you have to use an app, and the app doesn't always work. One of the things too that's really important is that this is not a side-lit LED panel. This is a back display panel, so it has separate LED zones in order to light the panel when it needs to, or to take it away to create deeper blacks. A lot of the major issues that newer 4K TVs have been trying to use is side lighting, and it comes out in a really weird way and it changes the contrast. So that's one of the great things about this TV also, is that it has, so that's really helped with the deep blacks. If you really have been looking for a 4K TV, and a lot of the 4K TVs that you could afford have had that side lighting, and you've been able to figure that out, and it's really holding you back, and they're in the same price range as this TV, this is your steal, and this is the way to go right now, because it's got Samsung's name all over it. It's a 4K effective rate, 120 hertz, but it really just pumps out the 60 hertz naturally that you need, and I've never felt a difference from it. If it can totally fill in with a 60 hertz refresh rate and you're watching 60 FPS footage, it looks real to me. It looks great. Every pixel is utilized, and I haven't seen any zone dimming issues with the changing, and you can't really tell. When I've seen TV panels that have the side lighting for the LEDs, it can really skew the footage and the content that you're watching or looking on, especially if you're on apps like Netflix or you're on YouTube. When they have a black background, you can really see it in there, and it really takes away from the quality of the hundreds of dollars that you spent on those 4K TVs. And this is definitely a sub $1,000 TV that's worth getting for 4K if you have the money and this is what you're looking for. Every TV, no matter how big or how expensive you're going to get, will probably have something wrong with it, something that is not good enough for you, or it's not going to fully satisfy your needs. But I feel like this is the perfect mid-range, all-in-one, what I needed TV. It's not too big, not too small, but it can do at least the 60 Hertz I needed at 4K natural resolution, and it can handle it with the HDMI input that it's got for it as well. The HDR, that's what I needed for the Xbox One and all the footage and video stuff that I'm going to be doing, because my phone records with HDR. I've got 4K movies that have HDR, and when you're gaming, it upscales any 1080p footage to 4K. Now naturally it's not 4K, so it's not truly not 4K, but I've played on a same size 1080p TV with my Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and then I've played on this with the Xbox One S. And we tried to keep the color ratios all the same and all that, and this just does such a good job at upscaling it to being the right feel and making it truly almost feel like it is 4K. Thanks again guys so much for watching, taking your time to hit play and make it to the end of this video. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe down below, get linked into the channel, come back every week for more content. And to you regular subscribers who watch every week and you make it all the way through this video, special shout out to you guys, because y'all make this channel what it is, and I appreciate you so much. If you guys want to check out the link in the description down below as well for the TV, I'll have that as well. But the main thing I want to take away from this, you guys, is just leave comments. Leave your likes, dislikes, questions, concerns, anything y'all want to tell me. Ask me about the TV if I haven't filled it in the video, and I'll try and get back to you guys as soon as possible and let y'all know any extra information I might have on the TV I might not put in the video. And I'm here for y'all. So without further ado, see you on the next one.